Hey guys, welcome to It's Just Complicated. On today's episode, we are going to talk about how it's just complicated to not be strangers.
Yes, in today's episode, we will be playing a game, my favorite game in the whole wide world. It's called We're Not Really Strangers. It's a brand, so you can find them on Instagram at We're Not Really Strangers. Love their page, super good to follow. They post all these quotes and make you feel good and remind us that we can connect and be honest with ourselves and talk to each other deeper than we actually do.
And it's in a fun way, right? Yeah.
Oh, well, the game itself, I wouldn't say it's fun because you're digging deep with the people you choose, and it doesn't really have to be a stranger. It can be anyone you want to. So I like bringing this game. I played it with probably most of my friends. Honestly, sometimes I'm my second date. I'm like, hey, can we play a game? It's really fun. So there's 3 levels to this game. I'm going to read to you guys the levels, and then we'll start with level 1, 2, and 3, and we'll just ask a few questions. And we'll actually list these out on our Instagram so you guys can ask your own friends or people, whoever you want, these questions as well. So level 1 is perception. So, do you know how others see you? Level 1 is about gaining perspective on what first impressions we give off and challenging the assumptions we make about others. So, the questions we'll be answering is in regards to that. Level 2 is connection. Who are you really? This round is about asking the rarely asked questions and connecting on a deeper level. And then level 3 is called reflection. And that's time to reflect on our answers, our experience with this game. We're going to do 3 of each questions for now. I think that should take up half an hour to 45 minutes because we all have to answer it. But if not, I'll just pull some more from the deck. Okay? Everybody ready? Mm-hmm. And we'll do it. This is hard because it's usually a 2-player game. So we all have to answer the question about each other. And Dunny, you go first, just because we'll just do you going first always. So then he's going to ask the question.
Do I seem like more of a creative or analytical type? Explain.
Oh, that's super hard.
That is a hard wow.
That's hard because you're equally both.
Michelle,
what do you think?
I'm going to say more analytical.
I'm going to say more creative.
I think you're more creative too. I think you have a special touch with creating.
I think your joy comes from being creative.
Yes.
I think you're good at both, but what makes you light up a room is when you're decorating a party. And even though we're just some balloons, you're like, no, we're doing all of it. And we're like,
see,
okay,
Michelle,
crazy girl.
you got to think it through.
Right.
It's okay. I mean, you can have a different experience with Dunny. It's also very normal, but.
Well, I say analytical because it's there's reasoning behind it.
I hear you.
You know what I mean? So yeah, she'll put all the balloons up and about, but it's not and I'm gonna compare you to me. It's not I'm just gonna put it all over so it's everywhere. I love it. It's no, it's specific.
Here,
and
it's 3 small ones, 3 medium ones, 1 blue one, and 1 purple one.
You have to see the balloon arc I made and the balloon arc she made. And I was like, put it here and put it here and here. And she's like, no, it's here, the tiniest little balloon, just because of that tiny little space that is not there. And that's why I feel like she's more analytical. It just has to make sense.
Yeah, agreed. So now, Michelle, I guess we'll answer for everyone, or do we can also just do different questions for different people?
Yeah,
we could
questions.
do different questions.
Okay, so now I got to go find more questions while you guys.
Woo! Oh, okay. I'm back on, so okay.
And just a reminder, guys, this is level 1, perception. So how do people view you?
Yes.
Okay.
What does my Instagram tell you about me?
Ooh.
Your very new Instagram?
Yeah.
That you're confident. That's my answer.
Oh, yes. That's a good word for Michelle. Michelle is confident. Actually, that you're living a really happy life right now. I love it. I loved all the videos you posted of your vacation, that she's just being herself.
I was going to say that. Michelle's herself. I think no matter what, she's going to be her educated self. She's going to be her little, spicy ghetto self. She's going to be herself no matter maybe in different situations, but I don't feel like you're fake in any of your like you're yourself always. So props to you. And she can sing.
Yeah, kind of.
I think
Somewhat.
that all very accurate, and I think it's not. I mean, we know that she's living her best life, and actually, it's like honest because
Yeah.
Michelle just like she actually enjoys making those videos. It's not for anybody else but herself.
I'll sit there hours rewatching it all the time.
Literally
watches
just for myself.
And then
When-
she sends it to us so we can watch her.
Michelle's a content creator. That's what it is.
yeah, she is, and she doesn't want to be.
Reason why she should be public on TikTok.
TikTok.
Well, now she's public on Instagram, right?
No,
How are our followers gonna get to know you?
Oh,
Right.
through our podcast.
Makes sense. That's a good point.
All
We'll
right.
work on it.
Okay. My turn. I'm going to shuffle this because I just picked out a billion more questions. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. I should be more organized. All right. All right. All right. My question is, as a child, what do you think I wanted to be?
Mm.
A sibling.
Oh my God.
Actually, I'm the reason I don't have siblings.
Yeah, really.
Right.
It really is.
What, Danny? What do you think?
I really think she wanted to be a sibling. Like
That could be an answer. Mhm.
Michelle?
As a child, I don't even know, but I think I've always seen you in the business industry.
I honestly, I left for Brazil. I was like 6.
Just guess.
If what I know from you now, as you were a child, I don't know, you were really into animals, so maybe something with doggos like Polly Pitusha. I don't know. Were you?
Wrong girl.
Yeah.
Jackie just goes for animals anytime.
Thanks for
You could
guessing.
tell she has a mirror in front of her right now. She's like, oh, you.
She's thinking about her cats back home.
Yeah, maybe.
I honestly don't remember what I wanted to do as a child, so I can't even answer for myself. But I know that as a teenager, I wanted to be in. Yeah, I wanted to work at like a fashion magazine. I used to like love fashion.
She would watch The Devil Wears Prada.
Yes, that's actually the movie that inspired me.
I remember. Okay, see, I remember that. Okay, so that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Did you want to be the devil? Or
No, that's so funny. that
wanted to be the
I did
boss.
not want to be Meryl Streep, which is the worst part about it. I wanted to be the intern that like worked her way up, basically.
I could see that for you with the glasses and stuff.
Yeah, but now I want to be Meryl Streep. So for myself though, and not in business and
All
psychology.
right, Jackie's question.
Yeah, ready? Pick a card. Pick a card, any card. Girl,
This one.
we timed.
Ooh. What compliment do you think I hear the most?
You're so beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're so beautiful.
You know what?
Your
You-
smile, I love it.
I know one.
Michelle.
A
Be careful, Michelle.
A compliment I feel like you hear a lot is "You're so kind. You're so nice."
Wow.
Am I?
I'd be surprised.
Right, right,
we know her too
right. Like
I think I'm.
'Cause we don't-
I
that's
think it's. I
interesting
think
that
I'm
you say that.
passionate, and I have a lot of, maybe not empathy, compassion. I'm compassionate about, but I don't think I'm nice like that.
I feel like,
But
but
I-
that's something that people like say a lot to you. Like, "Oh, Jackie's so kind. She's so like
Well,
outgoing."
that's because
I am outgoing.
Jackie to strangers is very outgoing and bubbly and laughs, and she's really friendly. So
Because they have nothing, like, they haven't done anything to me. Why would I be rude to
Have
them?
we?
You shouldn't do anything.
I'm just kidding. All right.
Conversation starter.
Right.
Here you go, Danny. Pick a card. Oh my God.
Where'd I put this?
Just out.
Do you think I'm usually early, on time, or late to events?
Late.
I used to be late.
Now after post kid, you've learned to organize yourself. So now you're on time.
Yeah. If I have to be somewhere at
Yeah.
12, at 8 a.m., I start getting my kids ready.
Okay.
Kids change you.
Michelle? Awesome. Just one.
What about me is most strange or unfamiliar to you?
I love that.
Can I start? Can I?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
You buy food and you don't finish it.
And then you say you like food.
That is weird.
Strange.
I like how they like taste.
No.
You like spending the money.
Yeah, no. I think that's super weird because if I buy something, like, I'll take it home and I
Right.
make sure I eat it. And you're just like,
I
oh.
do.
I agree. I don't.
I do take it home.
Right, but does it stay in your fridge?
Mm-hmm.
No, I think the whole food thing. What's strange to me is that she'll get the food, right? She's so excited about buying the food, and then she starts eating it, and then you see it in her face. Her face kind of like fades out into that like
O brilho some.
yeah, her glow just goes away, and you're like, did you not? I didn't like it. And then she'll be eating like, I'm gonna bring the Big E again. She'll be eating deep fried the French fries, greasy
Oh
as
my
hell.
God, Michelle.
And she'll say, "Oh my God, these are the best French fries I've ever ate." And I'm like, "You eat food?"
It was fresh.
They
cut
were
fries,
burnt.
guys.
They were burnt
No,
with
they
dirty
weren't
oil.
burnt. It was just a dirty oil. Y'all know how that it goes.
I think something.
It's the Big E. Well, I mean, how many fries do you think they fry within 30 minutes? A lot.
Not those though. Those fries weren't it, Michelle.
They were good.
Even Lucas, it's a French fry fiend. He was
I'm
like,
a
"Yeah, no, I'm not eating this."
Okay, next.
Go, Fernanda.
I think what's so strange to me about Michelle right now is that you're capable of having conversations. Please don't.
So wait, what is it?
But she doesn't. I think that's weird. I'm like, you know how to. You know what I'm trying to do here. But
I have the
still.
knowledge. Yeah, that's the thing. I know what you're trying to do, so we're just not gonna do it.
Right.
And so I'm gonna hit
She
you back
uses
with
her
the knowledge.
benefit.
Right.
Yeah.
I just
It's strange to me.
Your turn.
Okay.
No, Michelle's turn.
No, she just went.
Oh yeah, that's right.
yeah. Listen,
Okay.
it's all about me all the time.
É Fernandinha.
Oh, I got the wrong. I get nervous when things aren't ready. Finish the sentence.
Oh,
Ooh.
you gotta read it.
Just by looking at you, I'd think.
Oh.
God, that's hard because I know so much about you guys already, so it's hard to like.
Oh, it's to us.
No,
yeah. Just by looking at you, I'd think blank.
Oh.
Who wants to start? Because
Oh my God. Well, no, I'm
That's
doing
cheese.
it for you three. This is really hard, guys. I don't want to do it. There's three of you. A lot of. Okay, just by looking at you, I think you're a mom because you're wearing that necklace. Easy answer. Love it.
Wow, be around the bush.
She's trying to keep the friendship.
Yo, she is. Just by looking at you, I think you're nice. And I think if I heard you talk, I'd be like, oh, this girl is like,
Listeners,
nice.
I want you guys to try to guess who she's talking about since
Oh,
she's not giving
yeah.
out names.
cool.
Oh yeah, you
Yes.
didn't give out names.
Just by looking at you, I'd probably think you're fun. But again, it depends on the
Outfit?
just what we're doing.
If
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a stranger,
Yeah.
Can I want to say that that's accurate because I am the life of the party. No
She
matter
already
where I
told you
go.
guys which one's which.
I just want to make it clear.
Anyways.
All right, Jackie, you're next. Let me give you the card. We're almost on a level 1, guys.
All right, one more.
That's 2 more.
Ooh, you guys are gonna definitely
Murder you?
guess this one. Do I seem like a morning person or a night owl?
Neither. No, I'm just kidding. Night owl, I guess. You're not a morning person, so.
she's definitely a night owl.
Wow.
Absolutely not a morning person. All right, that was an easy one.
This is a good.
I was
This is
saying
a
that's
good.
level 2.
Oh, then you got the wrong one. I want her to get this one.
What do you think I'm most likely to splurge on?
Anything that looks
Pandora
like
charms.
and anything that
Definition
she
of
feels she
splurge,
needs
please?
that she doesn't really need. Splurge means like spend a lot of money on. You're right, not anything. So she'll be anything that for you it would be sneakers, something expensive that you'd splurge on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't splurge on a big thing. She usually
I
just
would,
buys a little bit.
I
of,
would say she does go heavy, like even with the decorating stuff, like the expensive machines and
No.
I don't know.
Can I
maybe-
answer for myself?
Yeah,
Sure.
can you?
Traveling.
Oh,
okay.
If
fair.
I'm gonna travel, I'm gonna travel.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna be like I'm not gonna
penthouse.
go- No, not in that-
Energy.
not in that way. Not in that way. But like if I'm there, I am living the moment. I'm going to do the thing. Like
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna spend the money I need to spend to enjoy that moment.
She's
I'm not saying so much about like the house that we're gonna stay or the place we're gonna go to, but if I'm there, we're jet skiing, we are going to eat out, we're going to explore.
If she's going to Disney, she wants to go to every single park, see every single character.
100%.
She wants to go
Alright.
on every single ride.
All right. Level 2, guys. Now we're moving into connection. So these are the deeper questions that people are too scared to ask. So it might get a little uncomfortable. I picked some good ones too, so don't cry. All right, ready? Go, Michelle. Let's see if we're starting light or we're starting heavy.
If you could have it your way, who would you be with? Where would you be?
Oh.
And what would you be doing?
I have an answer. I already know this because it's my I can't wait. If I had it my way, I would be with Emily at the Sandy Dunes in Colorado. My dream. I can't wait to take her there.
Beautiful.
My
That
favorite
was-
thing in the
I wanted
whole
to plan
world.
that trip.
Let me know, girl. I'm down.
Oh,
you said Emily, you didn't say Michelle. So Michelle's
Well,
out.
as long as Emily's there, everybody else, y'all invited, but
Whatever, yeah, whatever.
all right, how about you?
Anyways,
I'm kind of going already to Brazil, and that's where I wanted to take Lucas and go back with my husband. So, I mean, if I could just make it earlier, that's where I would want to be with my family in Brazil, in my hometown, eating Brazilian food.
Fresh mangoes off the tree.
Caldo de cana, how do you say that? Cane sugar?
yeah.
Cane
Juice.
juice.
Oh, my God. But yeah.
Denny?
Fernanda's gonna kill me for this one, but if I could, and this is something that I want to do. I want to take a trip, all of us with all the kids, like to a different place. I don't want to do beach. I want to do like a, I don't know, like a place where everybody's gonna enjoy and the kids can experience
That's
it. But
hard.
I do want to take a trip with everybody. Like I would love to have all the kids together experiencing
somewhat
that
did that.
moment.
I think Hawaii is pretty perfect. Hawaii.
Hawaii could be, or like
Perfectly expensive.
But worth it.
That's okay.
or like a place like Colorado where you can go hiking,
love
taking them on like
New Mexico, Utah,
Yeah,
Arizona,
yeah.
anywhere. We go to Arizona together because no, the kids are too young. Never mind.
Well, what I'm saying is I would love to experience like a nice family
Cali?
trip.
Oh, California.
I don't got a husband that carry my child.
Well, that's the personal issue, sis.
That's you.
You got like a year to get married.
Sounds personal.
No.
You guys are so bad.
You're not gonna answer because you asked a question.
Oh yeah, I thought
Yeah, it's
I was
fair,
asking you
but
guys.
you could anyways. You want to?
I just came back from Puerto Rico.
That was it. That was okay.
Michelle's living the moment.
Yeah.
Ooh, good question. How would you describe the feeling of being in love in one word?
Ooh,
Butterflies.
Fresh air.
I'm gonna go with intense. I'm very intense when I'm in love.
Oh my god.
Well, the feeling of love. So it's not when you're in love. It's the
Um,
feeling of love.
It's intense for me.
Okay.
Feeling,
For me,
feeling like I'm in love.
it's peace. I think if I feel at peace, everything's just calm and cool.
I feel butterflies every night when I go to sleep.
I know.
God, no, and I'm not even lying. Like I go to sleep and sometimes he's sleeping. He could be even snoring, and I just like, cuddle up next to him, and I just feel. I literally,
White noise.
Cut the audio. We're done.
I literally feel the butterflies, and I'm like,
Cringe.
he's my person.
If my
Can't
husband
fucking stand him.
is sorry, right? I'm
Say here's
sorry.
50 bucks.
No.
Make me look good.
If Danny's snoring, I'll be like, yo, you snoring. You're like,
Real quick, funny story is one day Danny said that he woke up with Jackie smacking him because he was snoring. He was like, why am I getting hit? It's not my fault. I can't control it.
Because I tell him to sleep off of his, like on his, he sleeps with his belly up, and that makes people snore. If you already snore, like he doesn't always snore, but it's usually when he drinks. And I'm like, bro, you drink today? Sleep with your belly down.
All right, next question.
Jack was in an MMA match. And showed him.
The poor guy woke up like, what the hell?
I woke up from my sleep and I'm like, I'm like,
All
no.
right, next question.
Let me talk about my
Not.
snoring
like, we don't want
husband.
Not today.
We're here. Never mind.
Ooh.
I love these. I love these. Ooh. How deep is it?
This one might make me cry.
Oh God.
Oh God, I cry. Oh,
Just don't
kidding.
answer it, please.
Yeah, I'll just let you guys answer. What question are you trying to answer the most in your life right now?
Can I say it?
Oh, I don't know if I want to share this with the world.
Are you okay if we share it?
What?
Like, are you okay with it if it's like feels personal? Because mine is gonna be.
I'm okay with whatever.
Oh my God, just say it.
Yeah.
Why am I alive?
Interesting.
No, is that my question or is it Jackie?
Your question.
Oh, you just
Oops.
answered my question.
Whoops.
Why would you answer someone else's
I thought, it
question?
was I thought it was like what we thought.
No.
Was
What
her
are you
question.
answering your question?
Oh, what am I doing?
Which could fall under why am I alive? I mean,
I don't feel it's that extent. But it's just like, am I? Let me reword that. Am I doing the right thing? Am I going the right way?
What do you mean? In what
Just
extent?
in general, like
That's too
I feel like I've been in the really like work, school, kids. Like, am I doing everything in the right direction?
I think
You know, it would be a great if you just had some time alone on your own in silence.
Next.
Michelle.
I think it really help figure that out.
Can Fernanda jump to you because I need to kind of phrase this properly.
Damn. All right. What's the question again? Can you read it one more time?
What question are you asking yourself right now?
What question am I asking myself the most
What
now?
question are you trying to answer the most in your life right now?
How do I figure out what's best for me? Is like I'm trying to figure out I'm trying to make a decision and I can't figure out what is best for me. But I also haven't journaled on it, which I usually do. I haven't thought on it. So I know it's just so I have to make time to like, okay, let me
Organize my thoughts.
organize my thoughts. That's
Yes.
why it's good to be in your silent space. Michelle?
How much more can I grow my potential?
A lot. Always, forever.
I know there's an answer. I know I could grow a lot more. I have potential, but
how.
it's just not even how, but so actually, where are my limits?
What are your limits?
You don't have any?
I really don't. I really don't. Like I'll
No,
be
I
talking
think
about new things and new prospects like every single day,
What is my
and
direction?
I'm achieving.
Is that better?
No, I kind of know my direction.
Limits means what?
What are your limitations, maybe?
Like, when is she gonna stop?
Yeah,
Stop what?
right.
She doesn't know.
Right.
I just keep going.
Direction.
I just keep going.
Where?
But
Everywhere.
education.
Yeah, oh, okay.
So,
so where am I gonna take myself right now? You know what
There
I
you
mean? Like
go.
where? There you go.
Is she content being a teacher? 8th grade?
Stop
Eighth
trying
grade
to
now?
get answers out of me.
Five
I'm just
and
posing
so-
my questions.
Right. So,
Go, Jackie.
Real quick, Jackie, before you go, the point of this game is not just to answer the question and move on. You're actually supposed to be having conversations about the questions. Each question's supposed to start. It's like opens a door to getting deeper into that conversation. So that thing Michelle just caught off right now is exactly what's actually supposed to be happening. But Michelle don't like talking about nothing. So good answer, Michelle. Thank you for that. Go ahead, Jackie.
I'm gonna what Dunny said. Yeah,
Can we get another
but
one?
yeah, but like I'm gonna rephrase it. It's not why am I alive. It's what's my purpose.
That's a great question.
Like, what is my like? I feel like I'm a mom. Yeah, I have a job. Yeah, I have a building a healthy relationship. I am there for my family, but
It's all for other people.
yeah. So I have never, which is gonna sound funny, but in therapy, realized that I don't put myself first. Like I'm always worried about her kids or my mother-in-law or my parents or like what do you guys have going on? Like even you with your, I take it upon myself sometimes and I get really overwhelmed and I lay down at night and I'm like, why am I taking in other people's problems and I'm not working on me? So given a person that already has like the mental illness going on and like obviously depression is a thing, especially after you have kids, I'm like, what is my purpose here? Why am I here? What can I do to not feel like I don't like, because right now I feel like I don't have a purpose, which I know I do.
self-care.
Yeah. So I think that rephrasing what she said, it sounds like, why am I alive? Like it is like, what am I doing here?
That's a good question to ask. What is my purpose? I think finding your purpose really helps.
Yeah.
So who just asked?
Jackie.
Here.
So Dunny.
Level 2. Make sure, level 2.
What's the most pain you've ever been in that wasn't physical?
Ooh.
Ooh. So I've never dealt with grief. So I feel like that would have, and it hasn't existed yet. So I'm just putting that, but I feel like that's pretty painful, but I can't even, that's not my answer. But the most pain, I know. It was, I think it's only the most pain because it was the most recent, really dramatic, impactful moment I was in. But I think I talked about this, the very short-term toxic relationship I had and how it ended. The way I acted in that ending impacted I felt so much shame. And while it only took me, I'm going to say like maybe 3 to 6 months to really truly get past it, it was so hard for me emotionally to like accept the fact that I did something like that, which is so out of character for me, and remind myself like of who I really am. Like it was really confusing and dark, and it was weird.
It hurt you.
It was, and it wasn't that it hurt me. I was mad at myself for a long time. Like I felt really deep shame.
Yeah.
And then I was able to identify that that's what I was feeling, and then I had to process that whole thing. I was like, I went to therapy.
It was a whole thing.
It was a whole thing. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, that was me. Anyone else?
I don't know. This one's a touchy one for me. I'm a pass.
Okay, so I think I've had phases of my life where I had the most painful, but I think right now I'm going through the most painful for me right now because I'm trying to understand
And untrain.
and I'm getting all of these feelings, overwhelming feelings that I really don't know how to deal with. Reason why I started therapy, so that I can kind of try to work on myself, but it's painful. It's painful to let go. It's painful to think about yourself. It's painful to not be the person that you were to other people, because I was always that go-to person that would solve everybody's problems. And at this point, I'm so overwhelmed with it that I don't want to solve anybody else's problems anymore. And it's painful to say no. So I am currently in one of my most painful phases. And I'm saying phase because I've been in other pain. I can name other painful, but right now, that's where I'm uncomfortable, where I'm in pain.
The most. Okay, that's fair. Michelle?
I'd have to say being vulnerable here.
That's painful.
Man,
This all makes our lives
is-
sound so great, guys. We're like,
is that when everything just seems like it's just crashing, and then you just go into this bubble of depression. That's very
It's painful.
It doesn't, it just stays there, and you try to do a whole bunch of things to get your mind off it, right? Because that's your human instincts, and it just stays there for weeks and days and doesn't go away. There's nothing.
It
that
doesn't
you
get
can
better.
do. Yeah, like
Yeah.
your hormone, your feelings doesn't.
And I add, I think the people like me and Michelle that were high functioning all the time, it's really hard to accept that we're in there.
I wasn't gonna answer this, but I don't know. I feel like my whole life I've been in pain mentally, and not necessarily because there has been something wrong. Very the opposite. I was always sheltered. I've had loving parents. I had like a loving sister. I think that kind of just enabled that, like, I can do anything I want. I've never asked for permission for anything. I just went and lived my life how I chose to since I was a teenager. And now I think dealing with those, that's the painful part, like realizing, like, even the whole purpose thing, like, what is my purpose? Like, why am I here? Like, it's painful to wake up sometimes and, like, do what I got to do. Like, I'm like, I just want to lay in bed all day. And I don't want to go to work, and I don't want to deal with my kid, and I don't want to look at my husband, and I don't want to clean my house, and I don't want to do my laundry. It's everything is painful, and it's a process of, like, my brain is telling me that I shouldn't do it, but I need to find somewhere else in my brain where it's going to tell me, you're not sick, you're not in pain, you're not sad, you have a good life. Because at the end of the day, we are very fortunate. Like, I don't have, and this is something I talked in therapy, I don't have anybody with a disease. I have never experienced grief. Like, I've never had someone close to me die, to the point where I'm like, wow. So it's really painful to understand, why am I the way I am? Why do I feel the things I feel?
Very fair.
So I think that's the most painful for me. I've been in pain for a long time, and I'm finally learning how to tell myself, you're not in pain. There is a way out of this, and there is a way to not feel that pain constantly. It's like Michelle said, every day. You're trying to tell yourself you're better than this, pretty much. So I think
I also say that there's one thing that I notice people do a lot. Just because a person has not gone through like extreme trauma or grief or things that obviously those are really hard to deal with, doesn't mean that their pain is less than the one that went through grief, than the one that did go through trauma, than the one that lost somebody. Everybody is allowed to feel their pain in the extent that they need to feel their pain. So like if I were to go through grief, my pain is not bigger than Jackie's, just because Jackie never, her pain is hers.
Yeah.
And let her, because I feel like a lot of people are like, yeah, well, at least your life, look, yeah, my life is, there's things that, you know, aren't going to that extent, but it's my moment, it's my life, and I'm feeling. So I think everybody is allowed to feel their pain to where they think it is.
I think so too.
we don't invalidate anybody's pain.
No, I think feeling what you feel is important.
Is
I
important.
do think there are, like, you know, losing someone you love forever is a little bit more dramatic
100%.
than, you know, I'm working through my,
But
the way
the whole
you feel
like,
is valid.
why
yeah.
is Fernanda crying over that? Like, I just lost my dad kind of situation.
Right.
It's like, I hear you. I feel you. You are allowed to feel that.
But
you are
that's-
allowed. Stop saying like, I shouldn't be feeling like this because my life is so good. Like I have a good job and I have a good family and
I agree with you, but I also hear what Jackie's saying. Like, when your whole life you've had this, it's been hard to understand yourself, and now you're finally kind of, you like see the light at the end of the tunnel, and so now you're able to like ask yourself these questions, and not from I feel like, and I'm not you, and I'm not your, I don't know what you've experienced, but I feel like for a long time you didn't accept the fact that like this is just. There's a reason I'm like this, and I'd like to figure out why. I think for a long time, you were just kind of like, nope, this is the way I am. And now you're kind of like, no, there's a reason for it, and I'm trying to do better. And so we hear you a lot saying, like, I'm trying to do better. I've been better. Like, I've been growing, and you have. But that comes from the place of, I want to do better. I want to grow. I want healthy relationships.
I do want to add that, and I hope people can relate to this, because it's something I felt growing up. I never thought, to be really honest, this is going to sound like, you know, maybe dramatic or, you know, I don't know. But growing up, like I said, I was always very like, I've never asked for permission. I've always just went ahead and did what I wanted to do. And like, my parents couldn't hold me. Like, I would jump the fence of the house, and my mom would call from Brazil and call Donnie like, can you help me find your sister?
You know what
and
it is to have to find. Yes, my mom would call me. She's like, I need to find your sister. I'm like, Mom, you're in Brazil. I'm in the U.S. Like, I can't physically. She's like, well, reach out to her friends and reach out. Okay, sure. I'll find Jackie for you.
I was a little reckless my whole life, and I didn't even think I was going to be here I'm 25 now. I thought I would have died much sooner, but not because I did drugs, or I just put myself in these situations where I was like, I don't care. I didn't care who I was hurting. If I had an episode of like, oh, I'm suicidal. Yeah, if I do it, nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to like cry about it. And it's not true. So like now that I'm older and that I have a kid, I put myself in my parents' place. I put myself in my sister's place, and people that actually care and love me. How would they feel? How would that make them feel? So it is about me, but at the same time, it's not. It's like the impact of what I do when I'm being selfish in like a negative demeanor. It's going to affect everybody else. So that's painful for me to like, oh my God, I need to take a step back. I can't be impulsive, and I can't do what I want. And, you know, I think you guys get what I'm trying to say, but just the whole concept of like, I didn't think I would be here today. And I think a lot of people can relate to that, whether it's from situations or mental illness or, you know.
Yeah, we should definitely, this is a good topic to get into, to do like a whole episode on. But I had a friend of mine who was very reckless his whole life, ever since we were teenagers. And we were having a conversation recently, and he was like, yeah, you know, he's really trying to get his life together. He's like doing all these cool things. And he was like, yeah, I never thought I was, because I asked him, I said, I'm like proud of you. This is awesome that you're doing all this stuff, but like it was never like this before. And he said, he's like, I didn't think I was gonna be here. Like he said, I did not think I was gonna survive this long. And he's 28. He's my age.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. The mindset switch, how that can change your whole life. Like I didn't think I was gonna be here, so I was reckless as fuck. But now I'm learning that I have this life and I have to live it and I have to be responsible for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Who asked the question? Because I don't know who to give this to.
I think it was me.
I don't know now. Just go anybody.
Okay. All right.
Good one.
Last one. Aw. I know. What do you crave more of?
That's my favorite question in this game, by the way, everyone. Who wants to go first?
Is it physical?
Anything.
Anything? Okay.
Anything.
I have an answer already.
Go ahead.
Oh my god.
Sex.
All the time, every day.
Right there on the spot. I'm very sexual. You can ask me any time of the day. Let's do it. Dunny.
I love it.
What do I crave more? Memories. I love creating memories. And I crave that. Like, and you guys know this. I make you guys do all of this fun activities and all those things because I crave being in the moment and living that good moment.
Pictures are important.
I agree.
Yeah.
I do like people who are like annoyed at pictures. I'm like, you can go be annoyed over
I
there.
love looking back at my pictures. Like I've looked back at my pictures the other day of giving birth and I cried because I felt the moment just looking at the pictures.
Yeah. Michelle.
Yeah. I say time because of the memories. I crave more time. I like you guys, like I told you guys before, my life is nonstop. And so time gets passed very, very quickly.
Time is money.
Not always. It's
I'm
more,
just kidding.
You know, it's cool, but
Yeah.
it's just I crave more time just because there's just so much out there.
Right.
I crave connection. I feel like it's something I am always looking for because it's hard to find. And basically meaning like conversations like these where you can actually get to know people on a deeper level than just a surface level.
It's not superficial.
I don't have time for surface level questions. It's like, all right, well, nice talking to you. Bye. Don't talk to me again. No, I'm kidding. It's just hard to find. So I wish it was more easier to find.
You want to do level 3 to
Yes. So level 3, we have 3 questions. It's reflection. Or let's do 4 questions so that everybody
gets
gets
a
one.
question.
And we, fun.
I start. I call dibs.
I'm shuffling. Okay, go ahead.
Ooh. How does one earn your vulnerability? Have I earned it? How can I earn more?
I kind of, you need to explain that question. I didn't really.
All right.
How does one earn you to be vulnerable?
Yeah,
like
let's do it
for
one
me
step at a
to
time.
like be honest and like,
Yeah, like
open.
just be really who you are without the people, without the trying to feel bad and the trying to make people feel good and that whole thing.
The person being true and being honest and not superficial.
Making you feel comfortable.
So
to
you're
share.
saying the person needs to be honest and real with you for you to be honest and real with them, or else it becomes.
Yeah, instead of just saying, yeah, life is great. Let's talk about your depression. Let's talk about how hard it is to be a parent. And then I can share, be open to share.
On a
so we can
deeper
relate.
level.
Yeah. If I feel that I can relate to you, then we can talk.
Yay, Michelle!
Oh
my god! These are
So like I gotta go.
Do you need me to read the question again?
No. Man, it does. I feel for me, it does take a lot for me to be able to be open to people. I do take my time. I need to be able to read you before I'm able to be open. I have a really hard time trusting people.
I was gonna say
And once
that.
I do, baby, we can have so much fun.
I think it's a trust that comes.
How does one earn your vulnerability, Michelle? They need to make you trust them.
Let's be quick.
Trust me,
Just-
Michelle.
Just say one thing that maybe
No,
defines
I don't know because I
trust.
This is because she had to go.
She's thinking real hard, guys.
yeah,
Right.
you know,
I
it
appreciate
just
the effort.
You want to sit on it?
It's hard. it's hard because I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like you just have to make me feel safe. I'm not gonna open up to you if you're being annoying as shit. I'm not gonna open up to you if you're bothering me about something I already said. I don't want to talk about it right now. Like give me my space. Someone that's not giving me my space, I can't.
I
Like
think Michelle's
you're
the moment, right? In
like,
the moment.
yeah,
Not
in
just
that
in
moment,
general.
like just hear me out. Like I'm not a person that's gonna be opening up. So for you to be invading me, like even with like hugging and like just give me my space. Allow me to come to you, and like don't. Fernanda, stay in your lane, all right? Allow me to come to you, never.
But that's because you're not listening to what she's saying.
I know.
And that's with a lot of people. Like I've burned a lot of bridges, like coworkers, family, like friend, like a lot, because you're not giving me. You don't let me come to you, and when I come to you, it's all, whoo, we're living it up. You know what I mean? We're talking about it. But when you're just in my space, I didn't give you permission for that. Like this is my and I'm full on. Like I was always
Boundaries.
very closed off, but like boundaries, yeah. Especially now that I'm like, it's about me now, baby. Like you're not Michelle, you don't get to be in my space.
That's fair.
And so it'll close me off even more.
I think what Fernanda's talking about is
just kidding, but
confrontational
No,
situations.
two things. You say it's boundaries, but you don't communicate those boundaries. So
I feel like she did when she told you to shut up. No?
every time,
Right. I don't want
every
to talk
time.
about it.
Stay in your lane.
Right.
Nosy.
And the other part is control, where it's like my way. Don't talk to me until I'm ready to talk to you. This relationship, my way. Okay. This us two is me.
I don't see it that way.
You don't
See, it's perspective.
I don't see it that way.
Yeah. Okay. So, thanks, Michelle. We appreciate your input. Fernanda, how does one earn your vulnerability?
I'm pretty vulnerable in the sense that I'm willing to open up to anyone who is willing to open up to me. So like Denny said, if you're honest, if I can ask you a question and I get a response of like a real answer versus like above, like I can ask a question and be like, yeah, I feel like this, et cetera, and they can either be like, oh yeah, I feel like that too. That to me is like, okay, we're not gonna have this conversation. Versus they're like, I can see how you can feel that way, but when you look at it from this perspective, I'm like, great, let's get into it. And I can be vulnerable and actually be who I am when that happens. So really, it is up to there has to be some kind of connection there too.
Oh, bingo. I was literally going to say that, a word that none of you guys used. And that's me. For somebody to earn me to be vulnerable, I need to feel connected to you. I need to feel like I can relate to you, because it's like you telling somebody about a situation that they haven't gone through. They could do their best to understand you, but will they really? Because they've never gone through that. And these examples are going to keep coming back up. Motherhood, being married, having a certain type of job, having death in the family. Like, if you haven't experienced these things, how could I be so vulnerable with you, telling you something about that you're not going to be able to comprehend because you just haven't gone through it? Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does. But I think you can still. I don't have to comprehend in that sense. Like, I don't have to be like, oh my God, I know exactly how you feel because I've done it too. I can allow you to speak and give, either just hear it or challenge you. I think that's one of the things that I feel is huge for me in healthy relationships, connection, vulnerability, is like the ability to feel safe. And even this whole, in the last episode where I challenged Dunny because she says, I feel good being with other people all the time. That feels good for me. And it's like, yeah, I'm sure it does, but have you tried this other way? That's called challenging someone. And I think that's part of healthy, and the way that gets responded is good. Okay, last one.
All right. That was fair enough.
Yeah.
What can we create together?
This podcast, woohoo!
Wow. We've already done it.
Healthy relationship.
Healthy relationship.
A space.
I love it.
All right.
I think this was a great conversation, and guys, definitely play this game again. For who doesn't remember, it's called We're Not Really Strangers, and you can find it on Instagram, Fernanda.
You can find it on Instagram. It's a great game for those people who don't have a hard time kind of getting deeper and asking questions. Like, there's a lot of people who they're like, no, I don't, like, I want to talk about these things. I don't know what to ask. Like, I just ask you how you are and you don't tell me. So, this is a great game to kind of
Maybe we can bring in a stranger guest and play this game with them.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Wow. And then
really strangers.
this is just a little bonus. We're not obviously going to do it, but the final card says each player write a message to the other, fold and exchange, open only once you two have parted ways. This is interesting. It's like an open letter.
Awesome. This game's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you for joining us today again. Thank you for listening. Again, reach out to us on Instagram. Give us your opinion, your thoughts, your feedback. Let us know what you guys want to hear about. Let us know how you feel about the topics that we've been talking about. Join us next week
Yeah.
for our next episode.
Next episode. I mean, it is on a weekly basis, but we'll just next episode, guys. We have so much for you.
We're excited. Thank
All
you.
right, thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.